Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I believe we have to go back to Mr. GERRIDEB and see what kind of secrets he is hiding. Oh, they're gone. 19th February, Mr. GERRIDEB's room. Oh no, he's still here. Ah, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forgot his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Sherlock-Holmes? Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. All the detective binges isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joanne. Oh no, we know what's coming. Now then, why don't you tell me? For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you are bally well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Oh, yes, of course. Goodness, this poor guy. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to leave, if you be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for your assistance. Not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. Oh, are we not gonna... according to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. GERRIDEB is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seems to open up at us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Alright, well... let's see. Whoa, what's going on here? Was that there before? Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a quick look, just a little peek. Ahem! Maybe let's not, Mr. Sato. I think the maid is going to heat us off with a cup of tea. Ahem! Ahem! You have to get rid of her somehow, it seems. How doth... oh. He's just here. Like, no one saw him come up. What was he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes? Ah, we meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Sherlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever you're doing over by the window. I'm giving to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madame. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observations. So I took the liberty of borrowing all the small corner spaces by the window up here. Oh, well. Keeping an eye to one's window at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Ah, and one other thing, Mr. Naruto. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There's a mighty secret in the modest room. My eyes even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruto? I think so. There's just one time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let's conclude the matter before dark. Oh, goody, another one of these. Mr. GERRIDEB, though it would seem you are a military man of considerable distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. Huh? I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by carefully observations of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. So now, Naruto, look. The old man's broke into a cold sweat. Unbelievable. It seems Mr. Shom's conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know, you may mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of the beasts. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Ooh, got another one of these great deductions. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Oh, he's looked over there. Oh, looking at the lion? For a man with meditate breathing, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. GERRIDEB, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant in here is revealed by that lion statue. Okay, it's not quite the lion statue, is it? He's looking at the cannon. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at the best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Well, he got slapped on the other side of his face. Yet, living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. But protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Yes, you sought to dispose of this yet terrifying lion, Mr. GERRIDEB, at Batty Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I may have made my points. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. Yeah, no, not quite. The aftermath. Now, Mr. GERRIDEB, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by the supportive arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what? We must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Huh. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eyes have settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the Tower of Cakes. There's no creature no more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an insatiable appetite. Was it, or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of a cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Have you actually been to India? That is one to be questioned. Carpet gnawed by starving lion. Sure, why not? Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the beastly puzzle. Yay! Now we gotta go through round 2. Everyone is shocked. Oh no. Ugh. What's the matter with you, Joanne? Your voice calling hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. GERRIDEB. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startling sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but I could make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruto. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what else lies inside the realm of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. GERRIDEB and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. What about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Ah, my dear Mrs. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity. But irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great Britain's soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, what a glorious notion! Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deduction needs. You can do it. Excellent! I've been waiting for my trusted partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruto. We don't even know yet whether or not this thing is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again from the beginning of Sherlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Alright, here we go again. This time, let us course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright, so we're going over to the nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Alright, speeding up through this because we already went through this. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might the beast take? Ah, for a man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. GERRIDEB, leads directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the lion statue. Alright, so it's clearly not. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. GERRIDEB's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature, but it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. GERRIDEB's gaze. That will lead us to the true nature. Well, I suddenly forgot what was Susato's voice that I was doing. Oh, it's right here. It's literally right behind you. I present!
Take that!
Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. Though I have yet to examine it in detail, I can assure you that it holds the answer. Oh, I should probably examine it first. Because I am employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions, you see? What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruto? Just following the natural progression of deduction, sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt? Yes, a lot. Okay, I was supposed to observe it first. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This game slapped me on the neck for like... Not me on the neck. Slapped me on the wrist. It's like, no. Observe first. That's sheep? No, wait, that's not a sheep. That's a person. I think? Oh my gosh. What is this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. GERRIDEB's wedding. Oh, he's married to his maid? Is that what's happening? He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. Oh, was this the woman who got stabbed? I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deep there. There we go. Newlywed bride. The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. No amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Miss Naruto. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you want to upset, that's for sure. Oh look, have you noticed her wedding ring? It's rather large, isn't it? Yes, it's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Alright, well, can I present this thing now?
Take that!
There we go. Yeah, there we go. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruto. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this frame print picture your wife, Mr. GERRIDEB. And while we lament the facts that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note that the considerable horsepower they must contain. Sounds very rude. Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. GERRIDEB. Oh, that explains the slap on his face. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present herself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Okay, I should be speeding this thing up. Your dress pocket gives a handsome clue as to the beast cart whereabouts. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mrs. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. GERRIDEB anywhere. It seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. GERRIDEB's wife could be. Oh, I'm observing her specifically. Oh, wait. She's here. This is her. She's wearing a very large ring, look. Oh yes, a sunflower design with rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger on her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on her there for her life, too. I can't imagine it would slide off her finger. Oh, that's very rude. That's something to think, Mr. Naruto, not to say. Do you know Mr. GERRIDEB's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this? It was a large sunflower design as well. Really? You have a great memory for these things. It was literally less than a minute ago, man. A large sunflower wedding ring. It's quite a coincidence that they are wearing the same ring, isn't it? Is it? Is it?
Take that!
Alright, so I don't know who the woman that got stabbed is. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast cart whereabouts. Huh. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. GERRIDEB's bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. GERRIDEB's lucky bride. You are Mrs. GERRIDEB herself. Oh my word! I might be missing something here, but I don't see why there's a problem. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As he surely summarized, this is the wife, yes, my Joanne. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a ballycock. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. It seems, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? That's... it's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered options, such concerns about appearances are folly. You mean Mr. GERRIDEB has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. GERRIDEB? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please. Ooh, the nature of the raging wife of Mr. GERRIDEB. Now, Mr. GERRIDEB, it's plainly clear that you have developed deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in the blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you to be, is virtually tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you're feeling revealed through the supporting arm. Well, no, I know what it is. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. GERRIDEB's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mr. GERRIDEB is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. GERRIDEB's pain is tangible though. What could the pose really signify? Well, if we turn around, we can see that there's a huge slap on his face. Someone said something they shouldn't have. Oh my, look at that bright red mark. Gosh, it's quite something, and clearly made by someone's hand. Yes, Mr. GERRIDEB has been slapped in the face, it seems. Hard. I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I say.
Take that!
Okay, always gotta examine first, just in case it stops me and prevents me from doing it. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel revealing by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of the impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joanne GERRIDEB? Well, yes. You have been desperate to hide that slap mark on your cheeks, huh? Ugh! How in the blazes did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. Keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such violent slaps? In other words, we must ask ourselves to what caused Madame GERRIDEB to fly into rage. And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it's the pile of bills that has given rise to pain and suffering. Nope. Did Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established the line never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. GERRIDEB's Mr. Naruto. She's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Alright, well, if it's not the bills... Oh, there's something here. What is this? Someone must be reading this book at the moment, but there's a bookmark left in here. Mr. GERRIDEB is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh, no it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look, next to the signature here. Lip marks, made with lipstick. Oh, affair. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Okay, any ideas, Sato? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. This bookmark is actually a love note then, huh? Oh, let us present that.
Take that!
Yes, it is a love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you, yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Yeah! Oh, slapped again. But I don't know the Bali woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right. That's what I was saying. A likely story? Now listen here, Joanne, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and the note must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right. That's where I have this. A likely story? For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name? In this case, you forgot it. Oh my gosh. A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? Oh my goodness. What a relationship here. I need water. That screaming hurting my throat. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of a female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Poor Mr. GERRIDEB. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The aftermath of which can clearly be seen by observing the carpet over there. It looks like gun burn or something, whatever you call it. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Burn marks, that's it. Clearly marked by the candle right next to it. Oh dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we only need to look at the Tower of Cakes. But surely Mr. GERRIDEB didn't eat the carpet. No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in results in a wild temper. No, that's not true. So this is the last part of Mr. Eshop's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. GERRIDEB's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. I said that very weirdly. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop this part here. I'm going a little bit over. But this is where we pick up next time. So, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.